Hello and welcome to the channel. I am OJ and this is the Daytona 24 hour. No, I don't mean that one sucks. I mean this one. Some may say it's a grueling challenge, others say it's one of the greatest races in the world. Me, I just like the cars and would quite like to win a watch one day. Now, seeing as I lack funding, but mostly the talent aspect, I decided to take part in the iRacing 24 hours. However, you still need a mortgage to race in iRacing, but that's an entirely different story. Anyway, I was invited down by the team at Derby University Motorsport Engineering Division to join them. The team consisted of myself, Joe, who's one of the tutors, and Tom Wood, who's a professional driver they've been using this year, and then one of the students who are affectionately known as the student. Throughout the last year, the students have been running a car in the Radical SR1 Championship with Tom driving. With numerous podiums and even wins to the name, it's fair to say they know what they're doing with the setup on the car. Oh, and Tom's alright as well. Given that, we trusted the students with creating a setup for our now fictional Porsche. Anyway, on to qualifying, and first up it's Tom that we decided to put in the car. No idea what split we were in, probably 4027 or whatever, but we only had GT3 cars in this field, so no LMPs to worry about crashing into us from behind. That just happens later with GT3 cars anyway. So this is our qualifying lap that actually worked. The first lap was disallowed as we got a corner cut at the bus stop chicane. The second lap was actually pretty decent. It was within a tenth of the first lap anyway, just the tyre was a little bit older. Now, it didn't put us where we wanted to be. It put us around 21st on the grid, but you know, we can move and make basis from there. But anyway, it's the rest of the lap. So here we go, getting ready for the start of the 24 hours, or in our case, more like the 12 hours. Yeah, you'll see that one later. Now, given the fact that we've got Tom, we thought we may as well use him for the first lap. He tends to be pretty good in his real-world races, so let's just see what happens. Now, we're 3 abreast into turn 1. Late on the brakes, we go through up the inside past the Ferrari, and then the Mercedes tries to stick his nose up the inside as well. We get the better exit and he gets boxed down, so that's 2 cars after the first corner. Coming into turn 3, there's 2 in front of us. They left the inside door open, so Tom sent it up the inside. We got past one of them, and then the second one's trying to hang it around the outside. Looks about neck and neck on the exit, but we just do a cheeky little block through the kink, and then that's up 4 places. Tom obviously liked trying to take 2 cars at one corner, so he fired it up this tiny gap. Yeah, great plan that. Luckily we didn't end up with too much damage or any damage at all, and we continued on. Keeping to the outside on the exit, we then send it up the inside into turn 6. Easy done. And we get them on the exit. Which brings it to 5 cars on the first lap, as there's a bit too much of a gap to gain on the next car in front, so now Tom's going to start chasing it down. Everyone's bunching up in front of us, so we dive onto the brakes and gain quite a bit of time. So we're going to try and gain some more time on the brakes again. The Audi's gone wide, so we go up to the inside. Can we get the switch back? No, unfortunately not. He gets a bit twitchy on the exit, so he goes back to the racing line. We'll go on the inside. Getting a good run on here, but we think better of it coming up to the kink, because that's just a crash waiting to happen. Door's been left open again, so we get on the inside. Can we keep it nice and tight and slow through here? But little door ding, and we're turned around. Great start, mate. So now we're back to rejoining in something like 28, and we've got all the work to do again. Fire around the outside of this Porsche and see if we can get him on the exit anyway. Porsche gets the switch back on us out of the corner a little bit quicker, so we're going to dip to the inside and sit in the draft. I'm not going to try to say his name, I've got no idea how to pronounce that, so we're not going to butcher it. We're going to down onto the lower part of the banking on the inside, and can we outbrake him coming into the bus stop chicane. We'll go hard on the brakes, he gives us a little love tap on the inside, but through we go. And now we're just got to start ticking off those places. Got a little easy one up ahead, just fire up the inside, leaves the door open. Don't think he was expecting that one.
Keep to the right. Clear on the left.
Next up, let's get the Ferrari. So deep onto the brakes, everyone's still fighting in front and we catch them really quickly. Ferrari's got absolutely no idea we're here. He's too busy watching the car in front. Leaves the door open, so we send it up the inside. Now, BMW almost the same, so see if we can get him on the exit as well. It's neck and neck, and it just looks like he's going to get it away from us. Probably best if we back out through the kink. See if we can dive up the inside of the BM. He blocks us, bit of a late move. The Merc's on wide. He's now trying to make a move. Let's just sit behind and see what happens. Just going to sit behind him now. It's not worth us making 3 abreast in turn 6. See if we can follow the Mercedes through. He leaves the door open for us. And there we go. Cheers, Andrew, mate. Now we're putting pressure onto the Mercedes. Can we get him into turn 1? We'll do a little bit of a lift. See if we can put him into a mistake. He goes wide, straight up the inside. Nice, clean, easy move.
Clear on the right.
Now we're in the slipstream of this BMW. I think he probably just falls asleep here because he just lets us sail straight around the outside. Can't quite get to the inside of the apex. Got this Audi on the way. BMW tries to come back, but no chance there. Coming into turn 3, we've got the BMW trying to attack, so it's covered the inside line and hanging behind the Audi. Ferrari's gone wide on the exit. Let's get behind him, get some slipstream, try to get past the Audi. But he switches, switch over to the other side, still in the slipstream of the Ferrari. Straight round the outside of the Audi, and that's hanging on this Ferrari here. But for whatever reason, this guy seems to forget how to turn. So straight past him on the exit, nice and clean, 2 cars in 1 corner. And here we see Santiago again back in this Audi R8. The straight line speed just flew past us round there. Hopefully we can tuck in on the inside and let's try getting back on the infield. So tucking in, try to use the slipstream, keeping close to him, stay in the same line. But then again Tom just doesn't like that, so he dive bombs up the inside. Sort of paid off but not quite. Try race him on the exit, see what happens. Sticking in nice and close, it's neck and neck, but they've just got the legs on us. The straight line speed of that Audi is ridiculous. So we're tucking down to the inside again. Little bit of oversteer, too much on the curb, and of course he just sends it into turn 5 again. Fair play, works. He's run out wide, and we've got it. Now we've got a bunch of cars in front of us again, but the typical Tom Wood turn 5 move, straight down the inside, got that BMW. Now let's work on the 2 in front. Coming into the bus stop chicane, we give a bit of a dummy, but he's not bothered because he's watching the car in front. He goes far too deep in. Getting this awful exit, let's get him on the inside. Straight past, nice and easy. A few laps later, we've caught up with Seth in the BMW. Now a neck and neck coming around this banking. Let's see if we can get him into turn 1. Might be a bit of a brave move, but we're going to try it anyway. So late onto the brakes, and he's just let us go. A few laps later and we've caught up to the cars in front. Of course, just send it up to the inside again on turn 3. Easy move. Let's work on the next car. 1 lap later, we've caught up to the Mercedes. He's left the door open, so it'd be rude not to try and send it up the inside. Keep it nice and tight. That's going to give us a bit of a poor exit, and the straight line speed in that Mercedes is pretty dominant all the way through the race. Here comes flying past us. Give a bit of a lift through the kink. Let's try keeping tight. And just straight up the inside again for turn 5. Clear on the left. And that's the end of Tom's stint. Obviously didn't go as planned with a few little incidents, but the Tom Wood overtaking show seemed to catch on. Bringing it into the pits, and it's time to swap over. Next is up is me, so off out, and it's not the easiest of stints. The Mercedes got us straight off the bat anyway. Let's see what we can do. Like I say, straight out of the box, not easy. This guy spins right in front of us at turn 5, then starts driving into the racing line, so we have to take avoiding action. Lucky not to end up in a crash, but that's alright. However, this one does end up in a crash. The Billy behind us, the good old Jonathan, just fires it straight into the back of us and turns us around. Few places lost, not too much damage, but we'll carry on. Moving on to this next one. We've got the guy in the BMW in front of us. Let's dip down to the inside. We've got the run on him. I think he must have sneezed or something and just turned left hand down. Turns us around. Hold on to the brake and we hit into the back of him anyway. It's his own fault, I guess. So managed to recover it back onto the track, but that's all that happened in the stint, just a few incidents. Unfortunately, we dropped down a few places, and then we've got a bit of a time delay for repair. I think it was something like 3 minutes that we had to do, so it's dropped us back a couple of laps. So next up is Joe. We've now come out of the pits in something like 31st position, and he decides to start racing the car in front anyway. We're getting lapped by 3rd place, but Joe's not having that and just defends for his life. Why not at this point? But we've got some good pace, so see if we can recover it back from 31st. Still not sure what Joe's thinking at this point. Still defending from 3rd. But I think he finally just decides to let him go down here just before the kink. And then we're tucking behind. They've got a bit of a faster race car, so we'll try follow him through. And then of course there's an accident in front. So Joe's a bit cautious given the yellow. Not sure what's going on, can't really see given the screens, but here's the car just rejoining. His rejoins normally, Joe's carrying on, and then a little bit of a love tap and sends us turning around. Wouldn't be our luck, would it? Anyway, we'll get back on track. These two in front, I think they just felt sorry for us and wanted to give some positions back, so just did a pirouette and nice and easy through on them. And just like before, Joe's feeling racy. We've got 4th and 5th coming up to lap us on the inside banking. Joe's trying to defend, outbrakes himself and goes wide. Then we've got 4th coming tuck into the inside, but Joe's still not having it, so he's trying to take the racing line. Gives him a bit of a squeeze, it's really tight. Then coming into turn 3, still not having his, defending the inside line. And 4th is trying to hang it around the outside, but Joe's still going for it. Neck and neck, and he just does us under through there. As the plan was earlier, trying to stick with the cars that lapped us, there's their quicker. We've stuck with this Ferrari. Then we've got a pass for position. We've got Bill in front of us. I don't know what Bill's doing. We go to the inside, he comes across. Then we go to the outside, bit of a love tap, oh well, straight up the inside into turn 5. And we've got a pass. Now we're in 29th. End of Joe's stint, coming back into the pit lane, and we're swapping over for the student. Now, absolutely nothing happens in the student's run. But here's some nice off-board shots of the car, looking pretty decent. Joe designed the car livery. So it's the Team Derby Motorsport Porsche. He's pretty decent, so hit him up if you need anything. And into the pits again, time to swap over. I think we go back to Tom, but not too sure. I've completely lost the plot by now. Given that we've got time to make up, we're all pushing hard. Now, I don't know who it was, but we ran out of talent. Completely snapped on us at turn 1. And we decided to take a shortcut. Evidently, yeah, that was it. We took a shortcut. It's a shame given all the incidents that we've had. It's put us so far down, but we've managed to crawl back 10 positions already, up to 21st by now. Some are from pit stops, some are from overtakes on track. But we're catching these two cars in front. One of them's a lapped car and the other one's lapped us. He's in 10th position, but far quicker than him, so we've easily got a top 10 position car at the minute. See where we can get and see if we can crawl up as far as possible. Send a dive bomb into the bus stop chicane, straight past him, nice and easy. We've got the pace, let's go get it. Again, we've got a fight in front of us. Looks like one car's getting lapped, but the other one's just gone wide. Now that one's for position for us, so we're straight up into 19th now. I mean, it's better than where we started. Now I've caught up with this Lambo, another move for position. We dip to the inside, he covers it off, goes straight to the outside. easy past. I think he must have missed a gear or he's let us go. Not really sure, but it's another position. We're up to 18th. Now we've got a group of cars in front of us again. See what we can do with them. Lambo spins in front. We go to the left, try and avoid it. Luckily he's off the racing line and stays out of the way of everyone. Could have ended up in another crash. Porsche gets an awful exit, so we'll stick to the inside. Straight into turn 6. Nicely past him. After that stint, we've managed to get back up to 16th, 17th, that sort of area. Time for another driver change. Back out in 18th. Let's see what we can do. Catch up any more cars. So we've got this Lambo in front of us. Now we seem to be quite quicker than him. He's gone a bit wide, so we go to the inside. Let's see if we can get a better exit. Snap of oversteer. So he's going to go quicker than us around this banking. Let's see what we can do. Can we hold on to it? I think we're neck and neck. He just gets the better run and sails past us coming into the bus stop. We'll let him go, see if we can get him in a lap or so's time. It's only to unlap ourselves, but we've caught up with him again. He's not covering the inside, so we're just going to try it into turn 1. Still not defending. Nicely on the brakes, just out braking, keeping tight. And that's one more position gained. Not a lot happened in this stint, so we're finished now. Straight back into the pits. Time for another driver swap. It's time for the student to come back out again. We've asked him to keep it clean because we've had a horrendous one already. Just do some nice tidy laps. Tucks in behind the Lambo, but the Lambo gets an awful exit and we nearly write ourselves off straight away. Great start. From that, just nice and simple, easy stint. Student catches up with this Mercedes in front. We're much quicker than him, but you'll probably see him feature a bit later anyway. Goes around the outside, easily done. That's another lap gained back for. Then we've gone up in the world. We managed to get graphics, and we've even got a sponsor on there. I mean, we may have put it ourselves, but there's still a sponsor, and there's now graphics. So a bit of an improvement to the street. Then we've had a driver swap. Like I said before, we've got absolutely no idea who's in the car anymore. The rotor went out the window. We had to go and get fish and chips. Needs must. Anyway, we've got this lapped car in front we're having a bit of a battle with. He's left the door open, so we go for it into turn 3, keep it nice and tight, run out wide. Got it nice and easy. That saves us some time, and now we've got another car that we're going to battle with. We've now got this Mercedes coming straight around the outside of the banking across the finish line. They've got incredible top speed in this, but we tried to outbrake them. Slightly too late on the brakes, we've gone in deep. The Merc's now doing the up and under. We have to do a bit of an avoidance for him. But can we tuck in behind him? Tuck straight in. He's now going defensive. We'll go to the racing line. Can we try and get the switch back? Turn in to get the switch back and he's stationary. No idea what happened, but it was a close call. Got through it. We managed to catch up with Jerry in his M4. Don't know if there's anyone called Jerry that drives an M4, but there is now. This one's going to be an attempt for 12th place, so seem to cut up in pretty quickly. We're keeping in tight. Let's see if we can get the slipstream down towards the bus stop, maybe do it into there. We have a look into the bus stop, giving a bit of a dummy, but no, not worth it. We're too far back. Just hang off and see if we can get him down straight. Managed to catch up with him all the way down to the pit straight. Hanging around the outside, and he lets us go. Nice and clean. By this point, it's well into the night for both us and the game, and we're actually one of the fastest cars on track, unlapping ourselves from everyone, and we've managed to get ourselves back up to 11th place. We've got 2nd place in front of us. Like I say, we're one of the fastest cars on track, so we'll just go for it. We need to get all the speed back that we can, then straight past him. That's another lap back. Same with this Mercedes. We go one way, he covers it off, we'll go the other way. It's only a lap back, but we get it. And now if you watch the mirror, he just seems to go straight on anyway. Probably caused him an issue there. Oh well. Again, they're not for position. We've got a lapped car that we're going under on the right hand side. And then we've got 3rd place Jordan in his Ferrari in front of us. Trying to go up the inside turn 1, but he covers it off. He's probably just going for the racing line. Not too bothered about us. We're tucking behind him, but no, he gets a poor exit. So we're going to try and get past him into turn 3. He goes normal racing line, we'll go up to the inside. Thank you. More time going back.
right here.
Alright, now it's time for another driver swap. We're actually up to 10th place, so we've done great from our initial recovery from down in 31st. And we're still just flying past everyone, still one of the best cars on the track. I think we've got pace for actually a top 3 at this rate. Like I said earlier, we've got this Mercedes that was going to make a reappearance, number 28. Now, he was a little bit quicker than us the past few laps, so I just let him go. Into turn 1, he goes wide. Just let him go again, see if we can just sit behind him. What we actually find is he's now holding us up in the infield. So the Mercedes has great top line speed, but he's poor through the infield. So we're all over him, trying every little way that I can get past. Left, right, whatever. Coming into the bus stop, I was going to consider it, but not smart, so we just let him go. See if we can get in the draft on the exit. He's got a poor run, so we're straight up the inside. Get on the draft, miss a gear actually, so it ruined the chance, but was tucking back behind on the inside. Coming around the bank, and again we've got a good run, so we'll see if we can go around him into turn 1. Yet again, straight line speed's got it. So just tucking behind him, see where we can go from here. By this point we've gotten really fed up with how slow they are through the infield. Corners aren't great for them, so we see an opportunity and absolutely go for it, just send it to the inside. Don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, this happened.
Kaboom.
Now we didn't lose too much time, but here we had the chance for payback, so do we go for it? No, think better of it. We're still on for a good result, we're still in 10th place, and still in front of 11th, so let's keep going, keep pushing, hopefully for a top 5. That's the end of the stint, time to swap drivers again, it's time for the student to go out. By this point we've been trying fuel saving, switching to mix 2 for the last few runs. Just saving a bit of time through that, seeing if we can gain back any more laps, as we're doing pretty decent, we're up to 9th place now. So this is the end of the student's run. Told him to switch to mix 2. He's got a car on his inside now. We told him don't race him. For whatever reason, he decides to race him. Outbrakes himself, the car's now on the inside. And what happens? It turns in on him, boom, straight in the wall. By this point the car's really damaged, so we decide to bring it straight into the pit lane as it's not driving right. This causes a 19 or 20 minutes of repair. We go through with it, see what we can do, but it brings us out roughly 23 laps down off the lead. Now, as we wanted to win the race and we had a good chance, we decided to retire the car. So that's how our 12 hours of Daytona ended. Thanks for all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and give me any tips for the future.